Okay, Brighton versus Tottenham Hotspur.
This is the kind of game that Spurs will, like, that Spurs will run it a lot closer than they should. Do you know what I mean? They have the tendency to do that kind of thing. But I just think, I've liked what I've seen from them.
Well, how many games has he managed them?
Conte, I think he's on...
Is it 2 Premier League games or 3?
Three Prem games now, I think.
So he's 3 out of 3, you know?
Yeah, and strong last week.
Against Norwich?
Against Norwich, but 3 goals. There's still it's like you got to respect when you should put away a team and you do, you've got to respect the fact that they do. Because there's often cases in football where that doesn't happen, and you're like, with your quality team, you shouldn't be just scoring 1 or 2.
But again, no Harry Kane on the score sheet, eh?
No Harry Kane, but I mean, we've come to expect that sort of 15 games into the season now. I think how many goals has he scored in the Premier League?
1?
1, yeah.
Uno.
1. Which is, it's unbelievable. But for me, 2-1 to Spurs. They've still got, Spurs still do have a quality squad. They've got other guys there that can score. You got Lucas Moura, you got Son playing. I love Son.
I do too.
So for me, 2-1 to Spurs at home. Brighton.
Yeah, they haven't put a... Sorry. You go ahead, man.
Yeah, look, I'm saying, guys, I think it's key to highlight that... So Tottenham was supposed to play tonight against Rennes in the Europa Conference League, and unfortunately that game has been postponed because they've got COVID cases. Apparently 8 players have got COVID.
Wait, I did hear this last night, yes.
Who's got 8 cases? Is it Tottenham or Rennes that's got 8 cases?
No, Tottenham's the one. Tottenham's got 8 cases of the players with COVID, and then 5 is staff, and they've postponed to tonight's game. And there's talk that perhaps potentially the Brighton game could also be postponed. And also another thing is we don't know which of the 8 players. So you'll probably find maybe Son is out.
Well, I mean, it's 8 of 11. So actually, well, not necessarily. It's a whole squad, but
no, that's okay. So it makes any predictions here a bit
null and void,
superfluous, eh?
Yeah.
Well, so what we're going to do what we'll do what we'll do is we'll just give each other a win on that one. Yeah, we don't have to predict. We're just going to get a point for it. Yeah?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
That's how generous I'm feeling. Burnley versus West Ham.
West Ham going to ride that wave from last week. But Burnley just doesn't get whacked by huge scores though. So I think West Ham will be comfortable in the manner in which they win, but I think the scoreline will read 2-1.
Yeah, I mean, I've liked the way West Ham have gone about their football. David Moyes has been solid, and he just seems to have that sweet spot for managing semi-medium-sized clubs. Especially after his disaster with Man United, he certainly proved himself again, and how good he is as a football manager. And I like the way West Ham attack. I like the way that they play. I think they'll eke out a 2-1 victory here away to Burnley.
Yeah, I agree in the sense of the way that West Ham is playing. I think they're playing much better football. I think, this guy David Moyes has beaten Liverpool, has beaten West Ham United, beaten City in the Carabao Cup. There's a lot of good results that he's had this season. I feel like Burnley's going to provide a different test just in the terms of the way the game is, the physicality of that game. And I'm going to go with a surprise draw for this game. I'm going to go with a draw for it. 1-1.
That is a surprise.
Well, I'm shocked. Leicester versus Newcastle. Let's start with Shakes. Newcastle, I mean, you've got to love the relegation battle that's shaping up, eh? 3 teams on 10, Watford 13, and then a bit of a gap, but not much of a gap. It's going to be those 4 teams may well be. Those four teams may well be. Tell your mum to leave you alone. Huh? The problem as well is his mum's probably come phoning me to complain about me being too hard on his son, and he's actually an amazing guy, and I should treat him as such.
That's Jules phoning.
No, it's your mum. I saw it was your mum. Tell your mum you're amazing. You're wonderful. I'm really sorry.
Laptop's letting me down there.
So we got a nice 4-team relegation battle going, and it's interesting to see that Newcastle getting 4 points out of the last 6 available, which takes them into that area where the Saudi money or the Arabian money could be flooding in, and they could escape, do the Houdini and escape and finish mid-table if they make the right selections and get it right. So all of a sudden, you're looking at someone, if you're Watford, Burnley, and Norwich, I'd be very worried now, especially as Newcastle's have accumulated those points. 4 points in a relegation battle is a massive accumulation.
Yeah. So
that said, Newcastle versus Leicester, Leicester at home. Leicester's been Leicester. They've been a normal Leicester. I mean, Premier League title. I mean, mid-table, lower mid-table. Leicester. I mean, they've been averaged, eh?
Yeah, I think they're.
But they'll be too good for Newcastle.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, I think they're due a win, in the sense that sitting here 11th, Leicester's gone draw, loss, win, draw, loss. The stats say it needs to be a win. Yeah, I don't see Newcastle getting any points out of this one.
No, I think Leicester. 2-1. I think 2-1 Leicester for me.
Yo, guys, I gotta tell you guys, I think I'm gonna surprise you guys. Did you guys know that in the last 5 games each in the Premier League, Newcastle have picked up more points than Leicester City? And that's how shambles Leicester City have been recently for me. And I'm gonna go with a surprise 3-1 to Newcastle.
I just heard the thud of your balls hitting the table. That's a disturbing sound in any environment. Not since I was in Madikwa and I saw a bull elephant. That's an impressive call there, Shakes.
By the way, just so that everybody remembers, last season, Newcastle went to Leicester and beat them 4-2. And I think it's going to happen again, 3-1.
Oh, you're the leader of the table. That's why I'm not going to say anything. If it was Ollie, I'd be on the floor rolling in stitches, until his mum calls me again and says, treat his son with a bit more respect. So let's get to the final game. Well, I wouldn't call this dessert either. You get slapped with a fish and you get some milk tart. Crystal Palace versus Everton.
2-2.
There we go.
I won't say much.
Well,
look, I have to say, with Crystal Palace have been on some serious bad luck as well, and 3 losses in a row. Crystal Palace, they play much better than their.
But as you said earlier, against quality sides like Leeds United, Man United, Aston Villa,
mid-table teams there, So no doubt about it. Now they go up against an Everton. They'll be galvanized by that win against Arsenal. But I think Oliver's right. It's got 2-2 written all over it.
It's got a bit of a kiss your sister written all over it, hey?
So I like to hear Shakes. Oliver's right.
You haven't heard it often this year, so get used to enjoy it.
Often I'm right, but wrong.
I'm gonna put my cojones on the table, and they fit more comfortably than yours do. I'm gonna say Everton 2-1 over Crystal Palace.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, like you said, they've come hobbling back from injury.
Yeah, they're starting to, getting the walking wounded back. And anyway, game of the week for sure has got to be Stevie G against his old teammate.
Yeah.
An upset on the cards brewing for Leeds. And come on, Shakes, you let me get away with that? And the one thing that we're seeing, sorry, Shakes, the one thing that we're seeing clearly, as you alluded to earlier on, Shakes, is that we're seeing the 3 start to separate. If you don't know who that 3 is, you shouldn't be watching the show, and you don't know much about football. But we've got the three big teams, and we're starting to see chinks in the armor of a Chelsea, who've only won 2 of their last 5. We're seeing Man City. They're just wiping everybody in front of them, man.
Yeah, no one speaks about Man City. It's just like they're just there, doing their thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's been such an enjoyable Premier League season thus far, because I think beyond, the 3 are very evident, but just below the 3, there's some great battles happening too. Which has been really, really lovely to watch as well.
Yeah, look, it's been nice to see. I think we'll probably do a show next week where we make some comments on the half year and some of our surprises and some of what we expected. But It's been a great year to date. You got Mo Salah, who, for my money, is the best player in the world.
Pumping it week after week.
Week after week. Yeah. So, guys, thanks very much for coming in and taping the show. Ollie, Shakes, good luck this week with all bets.
You guys too.
And see you next week.